Good day, everyone. My name is Donna, and I work in the accounts department of the Jamaica Teachers Association. The purpose of this presentation is to give you brief instructions for completing the income and expense statement. This is a formatted document for use at both the district and parish levels. This document is quite simple, so all you will have to do is enter your financial details. It is important for you to note also that every source of income and expense must be entered so that the calculated balance will give a true reflection of the district or parish financial position. Before the treasurers begin, they must have all their source documents, which may include receipts, invoices, bank statements, or that book or spreadsheet that persons would use to record specific details about events that would have happened in their parish or district. And so we will begin. So I invite you to follow along as I complete the spreadsheet in our presentation. So the first thing that has to happen, you would enter your district or parish name. So for today, it will be called the JTA District Association. For the year, it is the conference year, which will be from September 2024 to August 2025 for the period that ends the 31st of August 2025. All right. So on this spreadsheet or document, there are two sections. One, the income section, and at the bottom, it will have the expense section. So let us begin. It is very important as well for the dates of the events or activities to be entered on the spreadsheet. So on the 20th of October, first tranche would have been paid from the head office, and that will be entered. Let's say that on the 5th of December 2024, you had a cake sale fundraiser, and the proceeds that you got was $36,500. As much as you are able to populate the spreadsheet, it definitely will be helpful for you. So let's see. Randomly, a sponsorship on the 20th of January 2025, you would have received sponsorship from JTA Credit Union, and they would have given you sponsorship for your netball gears and the total amount of $80,000. All right, you did not receive any membership dues. However, at the DA Sports, which took place on, say, the 19th of April, you collected the entry fee totaling, say, $25,360. Interest from the savings account, there was none. Other source of income, different parish or DAs will have different source of incomes based on persons who would contribute, sponsorship, fundraisers. But if there's anything in particular that you would have received from funds from, it has to be recorded as well. So let's say On the 2nd of April, some of the students contributed for their DA sports, and you collected $15,300. On the 1st of June, all right, some of your supportive parents would have contributed funds for the parish sports because they want their parish to win the national championship. So they made a contribution of $35,250 to the district or parish. All right. So we would see from this total that based on all the fundraiser and sponsorship and contributions collected, the JTA DA would have received $222,410. Isn't that wonderful? So as we move to the expense section of the income and expense statement, we're going to see some particulars that has to be completed. On the 31st of August, the DA would have seen 2,985.36 in bank charges on their bank statement. So that has to be entered. Now, what we have to pay attention to is that bank statements are generated monthly, and based on the activity in the account, you will have to tally the total bank charges to enter into the spreadsheet. On the 1st of July 2025, there was meeting expense incurred, AGM, and as a result, you spent $34,500. And to be more specific, you can enter for the purchase of refreshments. Let's include some sporting activities. On the 2nd of April, contribution was given or payment was given towards transportation for the netball rally. That was $25,000. On the 15th of April, transportation funds were given for transportation for the football rally this time. And the same bus driver, $25,000. Right. For sporting activities, I know. Let's try the 28th of April. Sporting activities again. Meals, drinks purchased for DA Sports. And that totaled $43,500. Most importantly, on the 4th of April, teachers' welfare, there was, let's say, a member of the committee who served the teachers became ill, and as a result, the DA or the parish purchased a basket and a card for the ill member. So as we continue, that totaled $6,840. So stationery was not purchased. The district did not have any competition. And due to um, the request of the members on the 2nd of July, the District Association annual social expense, it came up to $35,500. Right? Their District Association workshops, it didn't happen for this year. However, for the cake sale that would have happened, that fundraiser on the 1st of December, we had to purchase cakes, let's say boxes, etc. for the cake sale. And that expense totaled $20,450. Okay, so this is what the financial statement looks like, the income recorded and the expenses. And at the bottom of the spreadsheet, you would see that there's a total expense. This would have been your total income, and therefore your net income at the end of the period would reflect $28,634.64. Bearing in mind that the treasurer, will have to sign on it, and after being checked by the president of the district or the parish, it has to be signed as well. What is critical for the treasurers is to ensure that they safeguard or keep all their financial documents. Now, there are times when your receipts may fade based on the quality of the paper and the ink. So, one of the suggestions that we can give is to photocopy your receipts and keep all of them in an envelope or in a specific book or in a specific location so that it is not misplaced. This helps not only with completing the financial statement, but it helps with accountability. All right. So the treasurer will be able to justify the income and expenses for the period. Now, after completing your income statement, we will go on to the cash flow statement. Now, what the cash flow statement is simply a summary of all the income and expenses, but there's one difference. But let me just begin here by entering the district's name, JTA, District Association. This is the cash flow. And the period from the income and expense is going to be the same for the cash flow statement. All right. So it's going to be September 2024 to August 2025. The period ending the 31st of August 2025. So the total cash receipts based on what was calculated in the income statement, that will be here. And we would minus the total expenses, which will give you the total income or the total cash that you would have to operate your activities. This year, let me highlight it. The net increase of cash will be 28, which is what was simply taken from above. However, in addition to that, what's going to be added here is the opening bank or cash balance from the previous period. So, to be more specific, when you be whatever funds you would have collected or whatever funds that would have been reflected in the bank statement at the beginning of your period of service or that year of service as a treasurer, that will be entered in the period. So if this financial period starts September 2024 to August 2025, the funds at the end of August 2024 that had to be handed over to the new treasurer, that figure will be entered here. So for example, let us say that at the end of that previous period, there was a $25,000 profit. Therefore, the total cash or bank balance that this treasurer will have for this financial period will be $53,634.64. So this basically sums up how the income and expense statement and the cash flow statement will be presented for the financial period. Please note also that the bank details has to be recorded on the spreadsheet and the two signatories have to sign on the spreadsheet as well. If the signatories do not sign or are unable to sign, then their names must be recorded on this document. And as usual, the document will have to be signed and checked by the treasurer and the president. So this ends my presentation, and I hope that the information shared would have been helpful to you. And if you, as the treasurer, would need any assistance or for us to provide any clarification, please feel free to reach out to our accounts department. Thank you so much.